This is Aret from the band Deleyaman. Deleyaman has been in existence since the year 2000, where we first recorded our debut album called 001. For lack of better ideas, we just stuck with the whole numerology and named them second, and third, and fourth. So it all happens here in the studio, which is located in Normandy in the northern coast of France. I'd originally come to France from Los Angeles, where I was doing music, and by the destiny of strange things that happen in life, Deleyaman started. It brings us to 2010 today with the fifth album. My musical past actually goes back to the early 80s, where I first recorded my 12-inch 45, where there were vinyl at the time. Remember those things, vinyl? 1983, with an infamous record producer called Spot, who was the in-house recording engineer and producer of SST Records in Southern California, who were producing bands such as the Black Flag, Minutemen, Husker Du, Meat Puppets, and all those guys. And I was quite young, and I was taken in by Spot, who was a great friend, or at the time, who took me under his wings and who had some studio time in Hollywood in '83, and we went in, and I had some demos that he had heard, and we co-produced, so to speak, which is mostly he produced. I was too young to understand much about the engineering aspect of things. He produced my very first 12-inch 45, which came out under the name Vogue, with the title Sahara, which was a sort of second-degree thing as far as the title and the name of the band. But so that's where it all started for me. Well, the whole excitement of recording with somebody like Spot led to other things, and later on, once this record was recorded, I formed a band with a friend of mine who was born in Istanbul, Turkey, named Ari, which we called WAG. And those were the mid-80s, 1985, 1986, where we started working on our first album, which was a self-titled album, which came out in 1988 eventually. We were quite influenced by bands such as Joy Division, The Stranglers, Wire, Magazine, all those great bands, which had a strong impact on us at the time. And we did some gigs here and there in the post-punk clubs, such as Club 88 in Santa Monica, Madame Wong's in Santa Monica, and what have you. And an album eventually came out, and not much happened with that album. We were distributed in Europe, in Holland, but basically it was more to do an album, which was something that we were happy to have achieved, than actually the money thing, because the money thing we knew wasn't going to happen, because the type of music we were doing at the time, not having a strong label behind, and not being able to tour at an extensive level, had its limitations. But so my past is basically the early 80s, all the post-punk era, music coming in from Manchester, Factory Records at the time, which we're really fond of, along with guys like Spot, bands like Black Flag, the whole mixture of those two quite different cultures between the Los Angeles punk and the Manchester post-punk stuff, plus our backgrounds, our Middle Eastern or American backgrounds, all mixed together, made this music which we couldn't have made once again, and that led to other things, in the sense that we were interested in finding out more, we're interested in exploring more, and the more we explored, the more we realized that this was a lifetime thing we wanted to do. It wasn't just a hobby as youngsters. So that's how I just got stuck in music, or stuck is the wrong word. I love being stuck in music, to be honest. And so we did WAG that band lasted for about 5 years. And then we stopped because I wanted to move away from Los Angeles and see Europe and see what could happen over there. And the whole, experience stayed with me, and of course stays with me up to this day. And I think that the traces of those early influences are still in Deleyaman, on our band today. At least as far as I'm concerned, they're still there. I don't think they're there in an obvious way. I don't think you hear it right away. But there's something of the essence of that period that I think has fueled a lot of my compositions in Deleyaman.